Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। We'll chant the 13th verse of the 4th chapter together. चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्. In the 9th verse, Bhagavan had said, whoever knows in essence the divinity of my birth and action, such a person, having given up this body, doesn't have to be born again and he attains me, the supreme attainment of the human existence. After that, there was a little bit of digression, answering a few questions. Why everyone doesn't attain you? What are the qualities required to attain you? Why everyone doesn't desire for liberation also? So all these questions were answered, and then Bhagavan came back and said, the divinity of my Janma, that is Avatara, already I have spoken, and now about Karma. So what is there special about Karma? So similar to Janma, where in spite of being unborn, I seem to be born, keeping all the Prakriti under my control. So here also he is saying that Tasya Kartaram Apimam Vidhi, know me to be the doer, yet Vidhi Akartaram Avyayam. I am the non-doer who never undergoes change, means never becomes a doer from being a non-doer. So what do you do? Or what do you apparently do? Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. I have created these 4 classes. What are these classes, and based on what are these classes created? Guna, karma, vibhagashaha. So we saw, as per the explanation given by Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji in the commentary, that based on the preponderance of the 3 gunas that is there in each one of us, Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna, based on that, our karma also is different. So one who is predominantly sattvic, such a person will be more thinking, analyzing, teaching, studying, knowledge based. So he'll be very good at that. That will be his primary karma. Similarly, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, we've seen that. So that is what was called as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In modern language, thinkers or teachers, executives, administrators, then the resource mobilizers, businessmen, and finally the worker. So all these 4, Maya Srishtam. Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. So the basis of classification is very important. Classification is very natural. But on what basis? So we say, no, 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 everyone is equal, everyone is equal. When we say this equality, in the name of which there are lots of objections to these kind of classifications, we say there is nobody is saying that there is no equality. Equality we still believe in, but still classification exists. So, for example, if we call an animal and a human being a human being, is there inequality? So we classify all these are animals, all these are birds, all these are humans, all these are trees. So is there inequality? Where is inequality? They are different classes that they exist. We are only putting them in their respective class. No, 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 there should be equality. So human being and dog, same way you should treat. So that is not what we are talking about. The argument in support of equality is something where we don't accept classes. Classes are there. So when Bhagavan is saying that I created the classes, that does not mean that he was partial or he put somebody here, put somebody there. Very beautiful example Puja Guruji gives. The education system, the education board, it has certain criteria that if you score more than this, then you will be called as first class. Then if you score between this percentage, you will be second class. Then there may be third class, and then there is lower than that fail. So this class has been created. Yes, okay. But which student goes to which class is the board deciding? You are not smiling at me. Go, fail. You are very good. Behaving nicely with me. Go, distinction. No. The class one lands up in, that may be whatever. And that is equal for everyone. But the classes exist. Here at least the divisions are created, but certain divisions are not even created. They are naturally there within our body. Don't we have all these four? We have the entire head. Does it not have everything to gain knowledge, process knowledge? Brain is inside, all the senses are here. And don't we protect this most? When we are on a two-wheeler, we are asked to wear a helmet. Are we asked to wear a armor? Or no, protect your hands, protect your leg? No, only head. Why? This is inequality, partial. What? It is doing some job and it cannot protect itself. When something comes, so we always talk with the hands. Do we protect the hands with the face? Come, hit me. We protect with the hands. Even that is why most of us have had a fracture in the hands, because we protect ourselves with the hands only. Because these are the kshatriyas of our body, so they are always protective. Even if we fall, why you should get hurt only? Why? This is inequality. So feet are always walking, gathering dust everywhere. There should be equality. So one day upside down, walk. So that kind of equality we don't believe in. We accept whatever differences are there, and we, in order to understand them, in order to properly analyze them, we put them into different classes as they exist. So the classes are naturally existing. Does this not happen always, that whenever we get together, people with similar interests or similar abilities get together and they start talking to each other? So is there any inequality in that? It happens. The classification by itself happens. Youngsters will go with youngsters only, elders will go with elders only. So it's a, sometimes there are like doctors get together, lawyers get together. It happens, and naturally nobody is announcing anything. In a party we see slowly small groups are being formed. On what basis? It could be any interest or profession or whatever. Nobody is sitting and doing anything. It is formed. And if I want to understand or analyze that diverse group, what do? I classify them based on the classes that are already there. So this Chatur Varnam, these four classes, or now they are called caste and all this, it is actually not an unhealthy thing. It is a very healthy division of work and understanding of the diversity. And yes, it is like this. So if we understand this, even now, for example, in a corporate setup also, who is paid more? The consultant is paid the most per hour, whatever field of consultation may be. They will come. I think you should do this, and this is what you have to do. Will do nothing, no work. And poor worker who is working there, morning till evening, he's sweating it out, working so hard, and he's paid much lesser. Is inequality. There's this very interesting. There was this problem in a ship. So this captain of the ship was not able to resolve it. So he called somebody. They also could not do it. So they called some expert. He came. He looked at it. Then took out a tiny little hammer, very tiny, and then tuck tuck 2 hits. Done. And it was fixed. Said, okay, how much do I have to pay? $100. What? Just for this tuck tuck $100? What is this? You give me a breakup. I said, okay. Then he wrote $2 to tap and $99 to know where to tap. So knowledge is more important. It is always paid more for. So it is given more importance. What to do? But it is not, that does not mean the person who is working is anyway lesser. So the problem with this understanding of these classes is we somehow have this notion, for whatever reasons. There was a period which was a dark period where these things were misinterpreted and spread in the wrong way. That period was there, which we are also ashamed of. But the point is, the right understanding is the divisions are parallel, not hierarchical. It is not top to bottom. All are required. Can I say that, okay, if I want to, if somebody says that you have a pin, I say, I want to insert any place you point out in your body, I want to insert this pin. You tell me. Full freedom given to you. Tell me where should I insert this pin. I sit and think. Will I be able to find any place? Because everywhere it is me. So how can I say this? I'll say here. Next person sitting next to me. Insert wherever you want. No. Why? Because, so okay, do I disrespect the feet and say, insert on the feet? Anyway, it is useless. Do I say no? So equally, I feel it is me everywhere throughout. If that is understood, that is what this classification is all about. Even in an organization, even in a family, even within the body, each and every part has a role to play, and everything is equally significant. So there is no hierarchical classification here. There is nothing higher or lower. But yes, don't we keep the head portion more clean, more safe, protect it more? Whereas the feet get dirty, we don't mind, okay, we'll wash it off later. So there is a difference in its treatment. Why? Because of the utility. It is not because of disrespect, it is not because of a sense of inequality, but out of utility. A potter, now potter makes the pot with the hands will get dirty. Does that mean that he is partial towards his hand? Why is he not doing it with his nose? Make the pot with the nose. Give me a break. That's not what, there is no inequality in this. That's what it is. And it will get dirty in the process. Yes, let it get dirty. Fine. Why all the time when they take photograph only of the face? The hands, the feet, everyone feel bad. What is this? They don't take my photograph. Passport photo has only face. That's not fair. So, we can take. People will not recognize. So the point is that there is no inequality in this system. It is a very beautiful system of, first of all, understanding the already existing classes, and also it has a purpose as equal contribution towards the well-being of the society. Each one is contributing and nobody can be done away with. Everyone is equally important. So if we understand this classification, and Bhagavan says, Maya Srishtam, I have only brought this about. How I have brought this about? Like the education board. I have said this people. Second thing, as far as action is guna karma. Now guna based on sattva guna, raja guna, and based on the guna there is karma also. Now karma, naturally everyone according to their dispositions, according to their gunas will act. We will have different set of actions. So based on their varna, they will be performing different types of actions, but these different types of actions are not higher or lower. That again has to be understood. Karma also is not higher or lower. Like the varna by itself is not higher or lower, karma also is not higher or lower. Walking is not superior to clapping or seeing. Each one has its own role. So there is nothing superior or inferior. Every karma is important and every karma is equally important. Okay. But based on the guna, there is karma. But not just karma, based on the guna, there is also an attitude behind the karma. Here Bhagavan has just said guna karma vibhagashaha. So based on guna and karma, the classification is made. But based on the guna, the karma is impacted, no doubt, but also the attitude behind the karma also is impacted based on the guna. So a person who is predominantly sattvic, let us say, whatever karma they may be doing, they will do it more selflessly because sattva guna is more. We saw that person carrying a bucket of water to put out the fire where there was no relation, but he was doing it totally selfless. So greater the sattva guna, selflessness is more, selfishness is lesser and lesser. And when it comes to rajoguna, selfishness increases. And going towards tamoguna, it is only, I can't see about my own tomorrow also. It is so selfish that I'm only focused for today, this day, how much I will get. That's about it. I can't think about anything, even for myself, I can't think beyond today. That kind of self-centeredness. And this is natural. Based on our gunas, this happens, and we can see that. We don't have to go out to observe this. Within us we can see different times of the day we also undergo this fluctuation in gunas. Sometimes when we are like fresh after a good sleep, sattva gun is more. That time naturally there is a tendency of, that selfishness is lesser. I can observe it within me. When the rajogun is more, I find that the selfishness is increasing. I think more about myself. Oh, I will not let anyone exploit me. I will not let anyone cheat me. That becomes, when slowly in the process of defense, we become aggressive also. And then slowly that tamas, when we are like tired and everything, I say, hey, this job is to be done. Today you have to do. I'm not going to. I'm very tired. I can't see. Tomorrow will be too late. Let it be. I don't. I myself see, I become so self centered. But that person is waiting. Well, one more day, what is there? I'm good. We ourselves see in our own self that when there is Sattvagun is more, there is selflessness. Tamogun is more, Rajogun is more, we see selfishness. So according to that, the attitude behind the karma is going to be different. The karma is equal, irrespective of what it is. But the attitude is given greater or lesser respect. Do we all agree? Is there anything wrong in that? If somebody selflessly does something, we ourselves give more respect to that person. What is wrong in that? That is appreciated more. What is wrong in that? And if we see that happening, we say this is inequality. What does it mean? There was this very interesting write up about the story of ants and the grasshopper. You must have read it. These ants all the time constantly working hard in a group. Wherever they find food, they will take them and carry them and save them underground. Why? Because when winter comes, during their hibernation time, they should have enough supplies. So underground, they are all safe. And then this grasshopper hopping about freely. Why these foolish ants are working so hard? What is the point? And then when winter comes, this grasshopper is left without any shelter, any food, nothing. And then it remembers the ants have a lot. The grasshopper files a lawsuit against the ants. This is inequality. There should be equal distribution of resources among all citizens, even useless people like me. Can we not see a lot of grasshoppers around? We should get. And then that write up was very long and it was so detailed, and we could actually see today's world in that. And then ultimately the court gives the decision, verdict. The ants have to accommodate the grasshopper into their own place, and if space is less, half of the ants should move out and give the grasshopper warmth, because we believe in equality. What equality is this? You never worked. You were constantly selfish, and these people were constantly industrious and working so hard. So they are respected. So there is no question of inequality in this classification. And the best part is, Bhagavan does not decide who goes where. That we decide based on our karma. Then we may ask, then whatever we say, okay, this we understand, but then what about the classes being identified hereditary? That the person born in this family. One thing is, a person born in a particular family is called the same class, that same category, for just convenience sake. But even in the Upanishads, there are expressions where the father tells the son, father is a great learned master, but the son doesn't even go to school. There is an example. Oh, that time also they were there. Yeah. That time there were one or two examples. Now there are more. So he didn't go to school also. And then this father, he's a Brahmana. He has his own Gurukul. But naturally, the child will not listen to the father and not go to the same Gurukul. He has to be sent to some other Gurukul only. Otherwise, he will not listen to the father. So one day, the very beautiful conversation is there. In one of the Upanishads, it is there. The father calls the son and says, in our family, usually we all study. You today are living like only my relative. Means there is a word called Brahma Bandhu. Brahma Bandhu means relative of a Brahmin. Means you are not having any guna of a Brahmin, but you accidentally have been born to me. So therefore, you have become just my relative, and in that merit, you are also addressed as Brahmin. But you have no qualities. Till when are you going to go on like this? Don't you want to study? Then that student, oh yeah, that is so true. And then he goes. And then there's an entire Upanishad, beautiful. But such expressions are there even in the Veda, which means just because somebody is born in a family does not make that person belong to that same category. We also believe that it is a Vedic thought. But generally, is it not seen that in a family where the parents are teachers, the student also studies better because he or she is in an environment of study. If the parents are artists, that natural inclination, it may not be always, there may be exceptions, but natural inclination is there because that environment is provided. Therefore, that guna karma get adapted. And most important is, why are we born in a particular family? Based on our karma. So, based on our karma, this janma I have got in a particular environment, and that environment is conducive for me to express myself the best. And therefore, I will naturally tend to belong to the same category as my family. So there is nothing wrong in that also. But there are many, many exceptions even in the scriptures where people have been born in a particular family, but because of their guna and karma have become changed into another class. They were more famous as another class. So it is possible. So, hereditarily, to call someone belonging to a particular class of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, whatever, that is also not 100% wrong. It may not be 100% right also, but it is not wrong always. So, this also has to be understood with respect to this classification. And Bhagavan says, all this I have done, but I have not done. What does it mean? That without me, this class and this cannot exist, but I am not involved in doing it. So who is doing? He's already said, Prakritim Swam Adhishthaya Sambhavami Atmamaya. So my Prakriti is acting and it is doing all these things. I am not involved. I don't get into this. So Tasya Kartaram api Mam Vidhi Akartaram Avyayam. It may seem that I am the doer, but I am not the doer. And I never become the doer. Vidhi Akartaram Avyayam. So that is the uniqueness, the divinity of my action. Okay. Then going further, Bhagavan says, so you have created this. Okay, at one standpoint you have not created, but at one standpoint you have created the classification. Okay, yes, we can say that. Then Bhagavan, I have a question. What? If you have created something, then you are bound. Because any action binds. So you are bound. Because anything you do, you are bound by its result. And when the result comes, you have to go through it. So don't you think you are also bound in a way? Because you are saying that Tasya Kartaram Mam Vidhi, I am the doer of that. Bhagavan says, no, I am not bound by any action. How do you say that? So he's saying in the 14th verse, Namam karmani limpanti Name karma phale spruha Iti mam yobhijanati कर्मभिर्न सबध्यते Namam karmani limpanti. These actions don't bind me. Why? Why they don't bind? Because I am not looking forward to any specific outcome when I do anything. Name karma phale spruha. The fruit of the action, the result of the action, I am not attached to it. Means I don't act to enjoy the results. I am doing it because it is supposed to be done. I am doing it because it is there. I am doing it because it's just happening. So I am not looking for a particular outcome. I am not wanting to enjoy the result and therefore I am doing something. It is not like that. So because I don't want to be the enjoyer, the action cannot bind me. So we also can perform our actions, but if we are looking at the outcome, then that outcome will definitely bind us. And then the action also will bind us. If it is a conducive outcome that is liked by me, then I want to repeat that action. If it is an unconducive outcome, I want to change that action. But action I can't leave. I want to get the result. So result is what I am looking for. Whereas if I have to do something and just that doing itself is fulfilled, then I'm not looking for any outcome. And when I'm not looking for outcome, that action cannot bind me. For example, we have seen this example before. When we find some child just suddenly trips and falls. So we are just nearby. What will we do? As a reflex, we immediately pick up the child. Are you okay? Everything fine? And then we just let him go. We come after 2 3 days. That child comes to us. Uncle, auntie, thank you. Who are you? What thank you? What happened? Why are you thanking me all of a sudden? Day before yesterday, I fell down and you picked me up and all. Thank you. Oh, okay, okay. Is it binding me? Is that thank you giving me a lot of joy? See? Wait a minute. Once more say. Nothing. Why? It doesn't affect me. It is not binding me. I am not looking for any such thing. I never thought that that child would have remembered who I am, how I look. I don't remember the child how he looks. It just that action happened, got done, over. After that, I was not carrying the baggage. I did not come home and even tell family members, you know what I did today? I lifted a child. Upliftment of the fallen. That is my job. Nothing. And even when I am doing it, am I doing it after so much of thinking, conscious? The child has fallen. I am here. Is it my duty to lift the child up? I think, being a good citizen, I should lift the child up. I don't undergo all these processes. It is not anything. It was a reflex. Just get a tuck, done, gone, over. So it doesn't affect me. But if I am looking for a particular outcome, then everything about that action will bind me. So that's what Bhagavan is saying. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha. Because I'm not looking for a particular outcome at all. I am not attached to the result. I am happy. That performance of action itself has fulfilled me. I don't have anything more to gain out of it. Done. And here Bhagavan again makes a very, very beautiful statement. Iti mam yah abhijanati. One who knows me this way. Which way? That I am never attached to actions. The previous verse, because I am not the doer. And here, name karma phale spriha means I am not the enjoyer also. So I am not the doer of the action, I am not the enjoyer of the action. But still actions happen, okay. But I am not affected by it, I am not bound by it. If one understands me this way, then karma bhir na sabadhyate. Such a person will not be bound by action like me only. Means, same as what he said in the 9th verse, that he attains me, he becomes one with me. That oneness he is talking about, that is what will happen to him if one knows. Being attached to action or result, the root of this attachment to action and result is in the doership and the enjoyership. When I am the doer of an action, I get attached to the action. Good or bad, doesn't matter. And attachment can be positive, negative, both. I want to do this more and more. I want to be the doer more and more. Or I don't want to do this. That is also doership. And that also is an attachment to me. Same way, enjoyership or sufferership, whatever it may be. So this doership and enjoyership is a beautiful story. A lion one day fell in love with a young girl who was living near the forest. So one day, this lion followed this girl. The girl got scared. What happened? So the lion said, I am deeply in love with you. I want to marry you. Now, this girl was very intelligent. She said, I would love to marry you. You are, after all, the king of the jungle. But, you know, you have to come and speak to my father because he's the one who will decide. And then she came running, and the lion said, tomorrow I will come. Okay. She told her father, somehow I came here. Now I have taken your name. Now you have to protect me. I don't know what else to do. So the father said, don't worry. He said, keep one stick just outside the door. He said, Father, the lion. What will you do with the stick? Hey, you don't worry. I know what I have to do. Just keep that stick there. I'll manage. Okay. Lion came next day. That I want to marry your daughter. The father said, even if I search the whole world, where am I going to find a king who can marry my daughter? I'll be very happy to get her married. But you know, last night she told me something. What? That in order that she is happy with you, she should not be scared of you. And she's scared of you. The lion said, but I never did anything to her. Say, you didn't do anything. But you know, the sharp teeth that you have, the sharp claws you have, these things, na, just by looking at them, she feels scared. You may be very gentle, you may be very loving, but what to do? She feels very scared. So, if you can take these off, then definitely we can get the wedding done. He was so very, deeply infatuated. The lion went to the parlor. First went to the dentist, got everything done, and then the claws and everything removed. Came back. Now I am ready. So the father said, checked everything, and took that stick. Said, get out from here. The point is, this is not a real story, okay? So don't feel bad for the lion. Otherwise, we'll say, oh, dear lion, what happened to you? So the point is that this attachment to action and results is like this lion. It can eat us up. So it comes as though it is coming to marry, but ultimately it will one day eat us up. But what is its power? That is doership, enjoyership. That's all. Remove that, then with just one stick, it can be driven away. We can be freed from attachment forever. So, this is the secret that Bhagavan is telling us. And he's saying, Iti mam yah abhijanati, one who knows me this way. Now knows me this way. Mam yah abhijanati means, it says one thing is whoever knows, means this is available for everyone. See, previous verse he said 4 classes. And now he is saying Yaha. Yaha is a universal pronoun. Means for whoever knows me like this. Means he has not said that of these classes only Brahmins can know me. He has not said like that. So there is no inequality as far as Bhagwan is concerned. It is a misinterpretation and misrepresentation that has created problem. So here he is saying Yaha, whoever wants to, whoever knows me this way and knows me how, as he is not the doer and enjoyer. No. Whoever knows me means I am not the doer and enjoyer that way, as one's own self, not as someone different. The same thing he said, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tatvatah. Tatvatah, essence. In essence means what? He is saying Jiva and Ishvara are one and the same in essence. So if I am not born, how can you be born, Arjun? I know, you don't know. That is what is the difference. Same way here also. If I am not the doer, how can you be the doer? I am not the enjoyer, how can you be the enjoyer? Are we two different entities? One who knows this oneness. So this is the highest gain of this knowledge. So he says, Itimam yo bhijanati karma birna sabadhyate. He also will be liberated from all these attachments. Like me. Means he doesn't remain different from me. We are one and the same. So now, I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer. Having known this, what should we do? What is the question? I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer. Having known this, what should I do? But you are not the doer, then why do you want to do? But then, yeah, I understand, I am not the doer, but having known this, what should I do? So Bhagavan is saying for that, evam jnatva kritam karma पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वम् पूर्वैः पूर्वतरं कृतम्. Evam jnatva, having known this, kritam karma purvairavi mumukshubhihi. There have been many people who have acted in this world with this knowledge. There have been many people. Purvairapi, earlier also, in the past also, mumukshubhihi, those people who are seekers of liberation, such people in the past also have gained this knowledge, and having known this, have performed their actions. So you also, tasmat, therefore, tvam, you, karma eva kuru, you continue performing all actions, your duties. Continue performing your duties. Purvai purvataram kritam, like those people in the past who have done, same way you also keep doing your actions. Yeah, Shankaracharya ji just adds a little bit to explain that if you are a seeker, perform actions to purify yourself, and if you have reached the goal, perform actions to help others, but act we must. Bhagavan is saying there is no harm in doing something, but do everything knowing that you are not the doer. If I know that I am not the doer, then why should I do? Bhagavan is saying, if you know you are not the doer, what's the problem in doing? Simple. Do. Because anyway you're not the doer. I have never thought like that. Now onwards you think like this. So Kuru Karma iva tasmatvam, Purvaiv Purvataram Kritam. All these people, there are so many great people who have done this. And in the previous chapter, Bhagavan has given name also, Janaka Adaya, Janak Maharaj. He had all the knowledge, but he was performing all his duties. Whatever was required, he was constantly doing that. So, such great people have existed. Those who are seekers, having known this, still they kept working to purify themselves, and those who were men of realization, they kept doing, having known this and established in this knowledge, they kept doing just to help others or demonstrate to others that this is how life should be lived. Loka Sangrahartham. So, all whatever in the third chapter Bhagavan has said, he is just bringing it back. Do it with understanding and knowledge. In the previous chapter, he said that you have to do it, keep doing. Why? So that others will be inspired. You have a responsibility, you are a leader, whether you like it or not, people are looking up to you, so better do. Here he is saying, know this greatest thing that you are never the doer. And having known that, keep doing. So there is nowhere in the Gita or anywhere else it is said that you don't do anything. There is no escape from action. Only thing is, endowed with knowledge when we do, not only that we are more efficient, but we don't feel any burden of anything and we are not attached to anything. We don't, no, it is not that only this kind of outcome is there, then I am happy. Otherwise, there is nothing like that. I am already fulfilled. I know. So I am just doing. So having known, now there may be some completely different kinds of questions that, okay, so if I am not the doer and do, so if I do something wrong also, I am not the doer only, no? So if a thief is there and he is stealing, he is not the doer, then why is he punished? So this is incomplete knowledge. You should understand, if he is not the doer and still he is stealing, then he is not the enjoyer, still he is punished. He is not going through the punishment, like he did not steal, he is not imprisoned, because he is not the sufferer or enjoyer of the result also. So we have to have complete knowledge. It's not partial. That action, I am not the doer, but result, I want what I want. And that will not happen. So having known this, that is why he is saying that Karta, I am not. And Bhokta, I am not. So both I am not. So action and its result come, where am I involved? So whether I do something or I refrain from doing anything, whether I get its result, whether it is, conducive, unconducive, for me there is nothing called conducive, unconducive. It is natural. It happens. So certain things, we clip our nails, it grows back. Do we feel angry about what is this? Every time I have to keep on clipping nails and all. Sometimes we may feel like that. But the point, it is like that only. What to do? I clip my nails and now should not grow again. I don't want. But it will grow. It is natural. Now, how does it matter? I accept. It's going to be like this only. Every day I have to clean myself. What is this? Yesterday only I have showered, and then today also I have to. Yes, sometimes 2-3 times also you have to. For social acceptability. But it is natural. We have to, at some point we accept, it becomes a natural thing. Then it is not a burden upon me. I don't think that, oh, I have to wake up and I have to brush my teeth, I have to take a bath, I have to. This is not anymore a burden. Hopefully not. So, so it is a natural flow of the day. Yes, this is what it happened. I have to do this over. It is so natural to the extent that I am not even aware when that happened and over. People say, "Did you brush your teeth?" I must have, because I do it every day. So today also I must have. So I'm not even. It just happens. That is also another extreme. But the point is, it is not. I'm not doing it as a doer and enjoyer, and all. It's a part of it. I'm going through it, growing through it. Now, um, you said, Kuru karmaima tasmatvam purvaif purvataram kritam. Now the question is, you are saying that like those great people in the past, you should also act with this knowledge. Bhagavan, why do you have to unnecessarily say that like them and all? No, this is something that we often look at that neighbor's son. He is studying so well, he is scoring so well, and you are not scoring properly. So this kind of compare. Why do you want to say like those people in the past and all? You tell me, no, you say you should do this. I will do. I'll follow whatever you say. Why should you say that like them and all? What is the need of having? Bhagavan says it is important. Important to have such role models. Just because I say you may do once or twice, after that, then you will only ask, why should I do? And this is not practical for me. So therefore, I have to tell you people have done this, and like the way they have done it, you also do. And they also had this knowledge. So just because I am not the doer doesn't give me a license not to do anything. I have to keep doing whatever I have to do. So what is the reason? Why are you telling me like them, and what is it that I have to learn from them? Because knowledge is something very, very different. That on one side it says that I am not the doer, and on the other side it says I have to act. So it becomes little, opposite type of things. I am not able to understand. So what do I have to understand? So therefore, Bhagavan says there is a lot to understand, because as far as knowledge is concerned, Bhagavan mentioned it. It is over. It is so straightforward. Knowledge is very straightforward. But when it comes to the realm of action, it is a little complicated only. Because there are so many things to understand, doubt. So Bhagavan himself is saying, the next verse, Kim karma kimakarmeti kavayopyatra mohitaha tatte karma pravakshyami यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात् कर्मणो ह्यपि बोद्धव्यम् बोद्धव्यं च विकर्मणः अकर्मणश्च बोद्धव्यम् गहना कर्मणो गतिः. Bhavan is saying even learned people, kavayaha api, learned people also, atra mohitaha, in this matter of action, inaction, etc., they are also confused only. Even learned, it is not talking of man of realization and all. Only people who are learned, educated, such people also don't have that clarity. What clarity? Kim karma, kim akarma iti. What is action, what is inaction? In this matter, even learned, educated people also are a bit confused only. So, therefore, I don't expect you to have clarity, Arjun. Arjun means, I don't expect you to have clarity. He's telling us, saying, therefore, I will tell you. Tat tasmat te karma pravakshyami. I will tell you about this action, inaction, etc. Yajñatva, having known which, moksha se ashubhat, you will be liberated from everything inauspicious, undesirable. All sorrow, you will be liberated from all sorrow. So there is no bondage remaining. This knowledge will liberate you. Oh, so what are you going to tell me about action? So he says, karmano hyapi bodhavyam. One has to know the essence of karma. What is karma? Then, bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha. The essence of vikarma also has to be known. Akarmanascha bodhavyam. And also the essence of akarma has to be known. And he says, Gahana karmano gatihi. It is very difficult to understand this karma. What is this? Karma, vikarma, akarma. So different commentators have explained this as karma means in the previous chapter and even the last two chapters, and also here we find that when Bhagavan says karma, which is to be performed, which means he is primarily talking about duties, kartavyam karma. So karmano hepi bodhavya means one has to know what are the duties that are supposed to be done, obligatory duties which are supposed to be done. Vikarma means that which are not supposed to be done, which are banned, not to be done. Such karma, pratishiddha karma, nishiddha karma. So that which are not supposed to be done. And akarma means neither doing what is supposed to be done, nor doing something wrong, doing nothing. Sitting quiet, doing nothing. All three have to be understood and their essence have to be understood. Only then there will be clarity. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand karma. This same karma, vikarma, akarma is also explained in another place as karma means, of course, duty, which is a generic duty of everyone. Vikarma means vishesha karma, means a specific duty based on our age, position, etc. We have specific duties. So that is called vikarma. So karma, vikarma. And akarma is interpreted as those prohibited actions which are not supposed to be done. So whichever way, both these explanations are correct. So basically, we should know what is to be done, we should know what is not to be done, and we should know whether we have a choice of not doing at all also, whether it is also one of the available options. We should know what is our general duty, we should know what is our special duty. All this matters need clarity. If we have this clarity, Bhagavan says, no problem. Moksha se ashubha. But this is very difficult to understand. Oh, so I am ready, Bhagavan. You're going to give a long explanation, right? Bhagavan, I never give long explanation. Just one verse. So that we will see tomorrow. So this is a very, very important verse of the fourth chapter, talking about the understanding of action. Very interesting. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.